It is a serious issue.
What is a serious
It is
issue?
a
But
serious
do you want me to say something that I shouldn't say in court?
Well, he wants his fundamental rights to be enforced in this
There
court.
are everybody has fundamental rights in this country,
But you take a
including
concrete
those who on the streets you vilify.
That's why we are here to resolve those issues. But all of them have come here in one spirit, which is that they abide by the integrity of
You
the.
cannot be a member of the Lok Sabha and be a member there without abiding by the Constitution and an oath of office that I abide by the Constitution of India. There is a speaker of the BJP who was present there when this allegedly happened. There are some people who asked him to say something which he did not say. Why do you want me to go into all this?
No, please go into it. I have no difficulty. Lord, there is
It
an
is not
affidavit.
part of the record. It has been withdrawn. It has been deleted from the record.
That in all public speeches of petitioner number 1, he supports separatist elements and other elements. Let him say he does not support secessionism and terrorism. No citizen of this country can have any objection in filing that affidavit.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Subal.
May it please your lordship.
What we have said has been said. The Chief Justice had to say has been said. We've heard both sides, I think, for 15 days, quite patiently. Maybe, not everybody can be heard in a situation like that. Don't try ever to browbeat the court. We will never try that with you. Either with the chief or with me, anybody you try that. Okay. Thank you.
Yes,
You
thank you.
said thank you, that's
Yes,
all.
Mr.
Next,
Subal.
Mr. Subal. Next matter.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Sibal.
You're not appearing before a trial court. You're appearing before the Supreme
Please,
Court.
sir,
Yes,
can you just
yes,
allow me
Mr.
to
Subal.
argue, please?
Yes, Mr. Sibal.
Now, Malas, at the outset, I wish to state, Malas, that this case has been argued at several levels. And Malas, most of them unsolicited, without reference to the arguments made by us. I don't think anybody on this side challenged the sovereignty of India. Nobody on this side challenged the sovereignty of India. I, Malas, at the outset stated that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India.
They say your first petitioner has said something which are not in sync with.
But I'm not concerned with that. If the first petitioner has said something, if he has said it, in what circumstances he says it, is it recorded? You ask him for an affidavit. I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
There are
Mr.
two.
Sibal
One second.
appears
Hold
for
on.
him.
Let's not take time on that.
For him.
One second. Let's not take time on that. I am not standing for him for what he said if he said it. I am not here.
Mr. Sibal, do we take it that Mr. Lone therefore unconditionally accepts the
Malas,
sovereignty of India and that Jammu and Kashmir is an
He is
integral
a
part
member
of
of Parliament today. He has sworn to the Constitution of India. He is a citizen of India. How can he say otherwise? And if anybody has said it, Malas, I, at my level, deprecate it.
No, Lord, it
Malas,
is
what's
one
the
thing
point
for
of-
Mr.
let's
Sibal
not-
to deprecate.
Let's not go into an issue.
A litigant before your lordships.
Ask him to file an affidavit, then I have nothing to do with it.
No, but it's your client. You have to ask.
I don't know.
He
You are
must
making
file
an
an
allegation.
affidavit.
I
He
don't
do
know.
not support terrorism.
Right, let them reflect on it.
If you don't mind,
Mr.
take it
Sibal,
on the pleadings, ask him to file an
It
affidavit.
is
I may
it
not,
is on
it not
affidavit.
appear for him. I don't know, Manas. I am not to answer what an allegation that is made.
Because Mr. Sibal, when he invokes the jurisdiction of our court under Article 32 of the Constitution, he therefore necessarily abides by and owes allegiance to the
And
Constitution.
he's a member of the Lok Sabha. He is
How
sworn
does
to the
that matter?
Constitution
You
of
know-
India. He's a citizen of
But
India.
that's an-
How
one
does that
second,
matter?
Mr. Sibal. But that's one second. That's a submission, Mr. Sibal. But we want to have it from him that he unconditionally accepts that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India, and that he abides by and owes allegiance to the Constitution.
Of course.
And does not
He has sworn to it when he
terrorism and
became a member of the Lok Sabha. Manas. He swore to it.
Mr. Sibal, because then when you argue and you accept, as far as sovereignty is concerned, you accept the sovereignty of
Of course.
number one, the people of India. Number two, that J&K is integral part of India. When you argue, your client says something outside the court, something different to it, there's
But
contradiction.
still-
And probably
still-
then, he's also accepting there was a issue and a problem which had to be dealt with.
Manas, if I start, Mullah, recounting
No, I'm not saying
what
that.
may
So
have
we be
happened,
clear on that.
Mullah, it will unnecessarily lead only, Mullah, to a media coverage. Let us not go that route. We are arguing a pure constitutional issue.
No, Mullah.
If, Mullah, there is a speaker of the BJP who was present there when this allegedly happened. There are some people who asked him to say something which he did not say. Why do you want me to go into all this?
No, please go into it. I have no difficulty. Lord, there is
It
an
is not
affidavit.
part of the record. It has been withdrawn. It has been deleted from the record. It is said in the, what is all this? It is said in the assembly, the
Affidavit of Mr.
BJP
Jad says-
speaker was there. It was speaker not of his party. The BJP speaker was there. He was asked to say something which people ask other people to say on the streets of this country. Why do we want to go into this?
No, Lord, we would insist, Lord, you must go in.
Therefore, we accept.
Of
we-
course,
we-
but
we-
unconditionally.
We proceed on the basis that he's willing to file an affidavit before our court saying that, well, he owes allegiance like every other Indian citizen to
course.
the Constitution of India, and that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral
Of
part
course,
of the
Manoj,
country.
Manoj,
Because-
first of all, one
Aspect,
second.
Lord, I'm sorry for
Will
the
you
interruption.
allow me
Another
to-
aspect,
I
the
think so,
affidavit
yes.
mentions that in all public speeches of petitioner number one, he supports separatist elements and other elements. Let him say he does not support secessionism and terrorism. No citizen of this country can have any objection in filing that affidavit.
There's
But
another
I did
petitioner,
not support
Justice Masoodi.
terrorism and
There's
secession.
another petitioner, Justice Masoodi. Please allow me to argue.
No, that's-
For Justice Masoodi.
That-
You want to take any action
that's
against the
very
gentleman, you
unfair.
take
that's
action.
unfair to us.
Please don't derail a pure legal submission.
Hear it. We'll hear you for Mr. Lone as well. There's no difficulty.
He wants to have
He
it.
has come to our court. We are more than duty bound to hear his submissions, and we are in the course of hearing his submissions. All that we want to say is like everyone else here, because we have had people from across the political spectrum in Jammu and Kashmir who have presented rival viewpoints before us, different perspectives, which is welcome. That's why we are here to resolve those issues. But all of them have come here in one spirit, which is that they abide by the integrity of
You
the.
cannot be a member of the Lok Sabha and be a member there without abiding by the Constitution and an oath of office that I abide by the Constitution of India. He has to take that oath because he enters the Lok Sabha, as we all do.
That's what.
And there's an affidavit filed there, Malaj. How can that be? But be that as it may, Malaj, I did not know of this fact till this morning. Somebody
Just
raised
ask
it.
him to
Malaj.
file a short affidavit before us, a one-page affidavit. That's all that is necessary.
Lord, we are given a copy to Mr. Sybil's client. Lord.
We'll give
Everybody
the
has been
affidavit.
served.
There is
then-
no question, Malaj.
Yes.
I would not stand here. If he doesn't
But
give
this
it, I would
also
not stand
as a
here arguing
citizen-
for him.
So before we close the argument
Yeah.
tomorrow, just ask him to file a one-page affidavit. That's all that we.
Evidence have been
Yes,
taken
Lord,
on
and I
this,
would
Malaj.
request
We have
Mr. Sybil to insist to his client that no citizen would have any objection in saying that I do not support terrorism and
What is all this
separatist
terrorism?
activity. Let him say that, or say that I
Yes,
will
what
not
is all
say
this?
this.
What
Let
is
it be
all
clear.
this? What is all this?
Which he is supporting.
What is all this? Well, we will certainly, Malaj.
I'm sure Mr. Sibal will.
So we'll convey this to him and he will file a short affidavit.
Malaj, had I known this, I would have myself.
See
Yes.
what affidavit.
Anyway.
Will you allow
we'll
me?
see Tomorrow.
2:30,
Once.
half an hour
Yes,
is lost
Mr.
just on this.
Mr. Sibal, yes.
It's not just on this, Malad. It is a serious issue.
What is a serious
condition
issue?
is
But
serious.
do you want me to say something that I shouldn't say in court?
Well, he wants his fundamental rights to be enforced in this.
There are, everybody has fundamental rights in this country.
But you take a
including
concrete
including those who on the streets you vilify.
They are also wrong. That
So
is-
then that's all right, then you should apologize for them.
All right. Yes, Mr.
So let's not, let me argue the case,
They
please.
are not.
Mr.
They
Solicitor,
will
I
not
think the
represent
case,
them.
sir.
Mr. Solicitor, we have indicated to Mr.
Your
Sibal,
lordship have
let him
indicated
now open
to
the
me.
argument.
I
Let him
made a
open the
commitment that there will be an
Yes, Mr.
affidavit.
Sibal, you open the argument now.
Yes, please. So, Malas, this case has been argued at different levels.
Yes.
And Malas, I was somewhat pained when one counsel argued that we respect the sentiments of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. But you must also respect our sentiments. Now, Malas, I think that we cannot reduce this case to an emotive majoritarian interpretation of the Constitution of India. Whereas all residents in Jammu and Kashmir are citizens of India, they are as a part of India as anybody else. If historically there is an article of the Constitution that gives them certain rights, Mullahs, they are entitled to defend that as a matter of law.
Yes.
That those rights may be taken away, may not be taken away constitutionally or without reference to the constitution is another matter. But to say that you must respect our sentiments as if they are somebody else itself is creating a kind of chasm that shouldn't be created, especially in court. That's number one. Number two, Malats, and I adopt Mr. Salve's argument, that we are concerned with the interpretation of 370. Read the text, understand the context, and interpret 370. I entirely agree with that. And that's exactly what I'm going to do before your lordships. Number three, Malats, if you look at the history of India in that context, Malats, you will find that Jammu and Kashmir had no links with the rest of India, geographically. No links. No part of the territory of Jammu and Kashmir was linked to the rest of India. And the two principles on the basis of which accession had to take place was contiguity. You have to be contiguous. That's how Malats, states like Junagadh, Hyderabad, many other states which are internally, which were within India, could never accede to Pakistan because that principle could not be established. So you had to have contiguity, and you had to have population. These were the two principles. And the decision, the third, was to be taken by the ruler. These were the three principles on the basis of which accession took place.